First time a new character arrives, I will write on a piece of paper, or even I do actually scribble in pencil on the wall of my little studio, and then I'll rub it out afterwards. When that character first appears, because the worst thing is obviously you forgetting an accent or exactly how you did it, what pitch it was. So you need some sort of reference point. And then you're looking for words. I mean, you have a fantastic vocabulary, may I say, sir. It's wonderful. So there's a lot of words that, you know, I know, what is it? Discombobulate. I'd never use that, obviously, for instance, in my everyday sort of speech. But, you know, certain words where I need to look that up, and I need to hear different ways of people saying that, and different accents and things. So the internet does become a good tool, but you can't rely on it for one source. You need to look at different sources, especially when you're talking about scientific names for birds and things like that. You know, it's important that that sounds like the character is saying that.
No, you know. The amazing thing is that you are probably better at pronouncing some of those than me, because I've only ever written them down.
Yeah, it's
so the Latin names for birds. I mean, I know all of that, and I kind of know those birds, but I don't. Yeah. I mean, Ficedula hyperluca, possibly.
Yeah.
Listening to it, I'm sort of smirking and thinking, you know, clearly when I wrote it, I was hoping it would be recorded as an audiobook, but you don't primarily think about the audiobook. And now listening, Pirula, and Kalo, who's Spanish, and Charlotta, who's Swedish, but goes off to Australia and develops a Australian accent. I'd just like to take this opportunity to apologise.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
then there's all the Latin classification for the bird names, and there's all the scientific stuff. And I've heard you record Phil and Simon, and you know, you've also given us a bit of a hint about the challenges of recording Charlotta, but I'm very interested, you know, so how do you deal with female voices? How do you deal with foreign accents? How do you deal with combining all of that business?
Yeah, it certainly is a challenge. I think the main thing is you're not trying to pull the wool over the listener's ears and say, you know, I am a woman, or I, you know, or there is another character. So I think it's a mistake to try and go uber feminine. You know, I have a naturally deep, resonant, slightly nasal, you know, voice, and that quality has to come out in some extent with all the characters. So I think, you know, yes, you're making a clear distinction between the characters, but I think, you know, with a female character, you would just raise that pitch slightly. So you're inferring, obviously it is a female, but not becoming bogged down with the kind of, you know, I'm a lady. So, you know, I think that's going to...
You just put Pippa to life.
Yeah, there she is, yeah. So, you know, it's that kind of thing, really. And being aware that I never want two characters to sound alike, really. So just having that slight, clear distinction, whether that's in tone or pitch or accent, I think that's what you do. You're not, basically. With accents, it's trickier because there are accents, you know, I'd never done a Swedish with a hint of Australian before. I'd never, you know, 3 different Swedish accents sort of at once. And, you know, there's a lot of, Italian and all sorts in there. I mean, you had I think, was there any nation that you left out, really? I mean, I don't know. No, it's great.
Possibly Papua New Guinea, but
Papua New Guinea, yeah. I think America was in there. I think Scottish was great. Enjoyed doing that. Must take umbrage with the fact that you put in the words sheepish sip. I can't remember exactly. He took a sheepish
sip.
Let's just say that was, I'm going to bed and we'll look at this one tomorrow. Yeah.
It's funny enough, I just recorded a reading myself, just like the publisher asked me to do, and I chose the section where Phil is trying to convince Simon to participate in speed dating, which includes sheepish sip, and I had no problem with it whatsoever.
No. So you didn't write that just, to obviously trip people up. Yeah.
No, I mean, and I've got a little bit of a lisp myself, so it's sheepish.
I think I needed to do my maybe I need to do my tongue twisters that day just to get my teeth around it a bit. But yeah, I struggled with that one. But,
that was the bit that you found the most challenging, was it? That was the bit that you had to retake the most times.
Yeah, it doesn't normally take me 4 or 5 sort of goes at one phrase. That really threw me. But I think there are certain tongue twisters out there for certain people that just happen to, I could roll off imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie, imagine that, but I couldn't. But sheepish sip, yeah. Yeah, the kids thought I was swearing.
Yeah. Well, sorry about that.